President Obama speaking at the Democratic National Committee Winter Convention, saying the GOP is, quote, bamboozling Americans by claiming to be the party of the middle class. But a new report from a special DNC task force says Democrats are failing in their efforts to convince Americans otherwise. The task force was created following Democrats' dismal showing in the 2014 election and finds that the party has failed to focus on core values that voters can relate to. Here in the studio with me, Tammy Bruce. She is a radio talk show host and Fox News contributor. Jessica Tarlov is also here, a Democratic pollster and strategist, hello, and senior political strategist for Schoen Consulting. Good to see you both, and good to see you in person.
Yep, here we are. It's fabulous.
I love it.
And three brunettes. What's going to happen? Oh, my goodness.
She said that. I didn't.
I'm loving it. The earth is moving. We're good.
This is why they don't put us in the studio together. This could be bad, but I'm going to start with you, Jessica, on this, since you were representing the Democrats on here. So, do you find that the party is out of touch with Americans, or is it a messaging problem?
I think it's a messaging problem, or rather a communication problem. I think that the core values are what people want to hear. I mean, the 2014 election, it was a bad showing, but I think it really was more than anything a referendum on President Obama and not necessarily the Democrats as a whole party and what we've been advocating for. We saw on the state level a lot of ballot initiatives that got through, and people want minimum wage increases, right? And that's something that I think if the Democrats continue to articulate is core and central to what we're all about, that we'll be successful in 2016.
Tammy, some people are saying that the Democrats maybe should have stuck a little bit closer to the president and his policies in hindsight. What do you say?
Yeah, I think that would have been a great idea. Even more Republicans would have been elected. So, look, they've been in power now for 6 years. They actually had power 2 years before that in Congress. Americans see, it's one thing to hear about an idea, and they've been articulating those ideas for 8 years. Barack Obama has given more speeches, has been on television more than any other president, and he seems to be very happy with how he's conveying where he stands and the Democrats where they stand. So Americans have seen the results, and that's the difference. It's one thing to have rhetoric and an idea when you're first running. Then you have 6 years of what the end result is, and the American people haven't liked it. So I reject the idea that this is about communication. It's for the Democrats, and I like that they've had their meetings. I think competition makes everyone stronger. But in order to solve a problem, you first have to admit you have one. And their problem is nobody likes the result of what they were doing. So you might be voting for feel-good kind of things, but it wasn't just about Obama when you lose the State House of Illinois, when you lose Maryland, when you lose when the Republicans are gaining governorships and lose all of those state houses. It's a big difference nationally.
But Tammy, with the special committee in place now, they're admitting that they have a problem with messaging.
But
they're
that's
saying
the
that
issue.
That's
the issue. If they think they just simply haven't talked enough about what it is they stand for, they're missing the point that the American people on a daily basis feel what they've done, and that's what hasn't worked for them.
Jessica, you say what?
I don't entirely disagree, but I would also counter by saying that I'm really curious to hear what the GOP platform is going to be, and they need to articulate a message. I mean, we've seen staggering economic growth. We have lower unemployment than we've had in 10 years, I think, at this point. I mean, the president has done a great job steering the economy. Foreign policy, I think we would agree, is not up to snuff. But we haven't also heard from the Republicans what the counter is, and that's why I argue that the losses in November were largely due to an Obama problem and not a Democrat problem.
Look, 1 in 5 American households rely on food stamps. Over 92 million Americans are out of work and off the work rolls. So those are the things that on a daily basis Americans feel. But the GOP, you're right, they have benefited from what has been effectively a disaster in a daily experience on their level. And the Republicans are going to have to then do more than the we're not them argument. And that's going to be a little bit of a civil war, but that'll be good. But for the Democrats, there's no competition for Hillary. There seems to be no one willing to kind of go up there to her and have that debate about what is it, what do they represent, what do they stand for.
But how does that tie into Hillary, Jessica?
Well, I think it ties into Hillary that she just has a massive opportunity, which I think she will seize and ultimately be successful at, where she can really be the mastermind behind an entirely new or renovated, I guess, 2016 DNC platform. Sorry, not DNC, Democratic Party platform, and take bits and pieces from the Elizabeth Warren camp and the Obama camp.
You think she's doing that? You think she's prepared to do it?
I think
she's
that
never done it before. She didn't do it in 08.
But it's a new time. Right? I mean, she knows it didn't work for her in 2008. Maybe she's ready now. I mean, she is going to be tougher on foreign policy than any other candidate. She has been in the public sphere all of her adult life. And when she was running for president, figuring she was going to win, entitled to it, and even then she didn't have a platform when it came to a vision. I don't think she's going to have it now if she didn't have it in 2008. Well, I think that you have to give her a chance. I mean, she's putting together the strongest team that she can. I'm hoping to see that it becomes more diverse as the months tick on until she actually declares. Seems like Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC seem to be operating as like their own little entity. It didn't seem like what Hillary Clinton thought was a factor there. So that is an opportunity, and I think it's going to be an opportunity that Hillary misses. You closed the show because you opened it. Okay. Always fair and balanced. Try to be. Let's go out for drinks, ladies. We have to take our brown hair on the road. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tammy Bruce and Jessica Tarlov. Okay. All right, Arthel. You got another brown hair, kind of. There you go. Oh, look, another brunette. Well, you know, most Democrats have kind of all but predicted that the presidential nomination will go to Hillary Clinton. But, you know, tonight a Fox News reporting special looks at some of the Democrats who hope to stop that from happening, including an intriguing interview with the only Democrat who has officially said he is running for president, and that is former Virginia Senator Democrat Jim Webb, who believes his party has abandoned a crucial part of its constituency. Here's a peek.
You said a few weeks ago the Democratic Party has lost its way. What did you mean by that?
The people who have no voice in the corridors of power could always count on the Democratic Party to be talking about economic fairness issues particularly. And it's kind of up for grabs these days. I think the Democratic Party needs to get back on that message.
Well, you can see the rest of Bret Baier's interview and what the senator has to say and what he wants his party to do. Tonight, Fox News reporting Election 2016, coronation or confrontation. It's at 10 p.m., just a few hours from now, and repeated again tomorrow night at 8. Arthel? All right, Eric.